Grab your favorite cup, roll a blunt, slide into a nice warm tub, whatever you need to do to get ready for the new tea.
Our goal is to uplift, upgrade, and update you on what is happening in the world from a culturally conscious gaze.
Of course, we'll throw in some off-color topics to make our subjects more topical. Welcome to Urban Proper.
Hi.
Hello. What's up, guys?
Hey, gays, days. What is it? She's, gays, and days, or whatever it is.
I don't know.
That's what people say on the TikTok sometimes.
Oh, the TikTok.
This is for the girls, gays, and days. That's what they say.
Girls, gays, and days.
Girls, gays, and days.
Hey. Hey, y'all. It is us, and we be
Urban Proper.
It is I, she, she, self-proclaimed queen of everything the light touches.
And it be me, I forgot my name. Darius, the destroyer, self-proclaimed destroyer of all things, including, but not limited to,
and booty holes.
Booty holes. So, we're back with another episode. Episode 9.
9? This is almost over.
Wow. What an amazing run we've had this season.
Yes.
You know, fuck the pandemic. Not fuck the pandemic, like in the way of like rebellious, like fuck this shit. You know, and we're trudging along, friends.
You know, in regards to the pandemic, I just feel like people don't want it to be over. And I say that because people don't want to wear masks. People don't want to social distance. People don't want to stay indoors and only go outside for essential things. And I get it because like the restlessness, wanting to get out, being bored, looking at the same four walls, I get it. But like, calm the fuck on, y'all. It's not gonna go away if we just continue to just do dumb shit.
Paint your walls a different color. Get wallpaper.
Yeah.
If you want a less permanent solution, get a cute backdrop and hang it on your wall. And now look, you have a cabana in your bedroom.
Read a book, escape, and create a world or something.
Play a video game. Step outside into your back or front yard and scream.
Learn a new motherfucking skill. Okay?
Buy a new phone for absolutely no reason. Like,
what I need to start doing is shopping for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I have a little extra coin, I'm like, I'll get this real quick. Make myself feel good for momentarily satisfaction.
You know, that fucking retail therapy is a real true thing. Like, I hate to say this, but the joy doesn't last just a few seconds for me. It's like, it's the minute I load my cart up with things. And it's even better when you get that discount, girl.
Oh,
and you be like,
the discount.
Also, Afterpay is dangerous.
Free shipping, I really will refuse to buy something if it's not free shipping.
And like, if I can get copious amounts of things for free shipping.
Yeah, but that's a rabbit hole too, because like Fashion Nova and like Forever 21 and stores like that will be like, oh, you can get free shipping if you pay $50. Now it's $75, or it's like $100. So you're like, oh, I gotta get more shit. Okay,
if I put this, and this in my cart, that's $100, and then it'll be free shipping. Okay.
Yeah. But then you fuck up and do the discount code, and you go get back and get something else.
Right. It's like, damn, come on now. It's before or after the discount.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Yeah, I do a lot of the online shopping.
Yeah, same. I don't even remember the last time I actually went to the mall to shop.
Oh, I haven't since the pandemic started.
Yeah. I mean, even before the pandemic.
See, there's certain things I have to buy in store. Like pants I have to buy in store just because my body's shaped weird.
Thicky
thick. In the booty, thinny thin in the waist. So we got to get the right cut and print on the pants. And they still never be right, so I'm just going to start making my own damn pants.
Man, it's a struggle.
It is a struggle.
But that's not what we hear today.
That is not why we're here. Sorry, we spent 5 minutes talking about retail therapy. Today we're talking about some egregious errors in American history. I first and foremost would like to correct an egregious error that I made last week. when I was talking about which political figure I would square up with, and I said Thomas Jefferson in reference to the Trail of Tears. However, Andrew Jackson, I get all the old white men confused.
And you know what? When you said that, in my head, I was like, that ain't right. But then I was like, I don't want to be wrong.
It was one of those things where in the middle of the night, right after we released the episode, I was like, Darius, did you say Thomas Jefferson?
Don't you hate those moments when you just like wake up and be like, where's my birth certificate?
Like, what do you need it for at 3 a.m.?
What that jacket that I wore 3 years ago? What happened to that hoe?
I know I could bought some matches 6 months ago. Exactly. I know this box ain't empty, but where did the matches go? Listen. So yes, I apologize for my error in saying that Thomas Jefferson, who was still a pretty shitty person, I still will fight you any day of the week. But Andrew Jackson is really the person who I'm like challenging to a duel. And I got my white glove and I'm finna smack you with it in the face.
Speaking of Andrew Jackson, he is going to be removed from the $20 bill.
Finally.
They are pushing towards getting Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill.
I need them to make that happen fast.
Immediately.
Because I'm tired of passing out Jacksons. I need some Tubmans in my wallet.
Give me my stimmy in all fucking Tubmans, okay?
Yes, give me that Tubman
Tubbies. Give me them Tubbies. Give me my stimmy and Tubbies, ho.
I cannot.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. We keep having these ADD moments during this episode already.
It's okay.
We didn't even got good into the topic. But it's been a week since Joe Biden and Kamala Harris was inaugurated into office. And, prior to that, there was such urgency to get the American people stimulus payments, pandemic relief payments. And, we had $600, right? And $600 don't even cover people's rent.
Yeah.
And, with, people's bills piling up, which you want me to split this 3 ways? Like 200 here, 200 here, 200 there. I just don't understand. 300 split it, whatever. But where's the rest of the stimulus checks that you promised? Y'all talking about March, April time frame.
It's not good enough.
It's not. And people are arguing that, okay, he's busy undoing the fuckery of 45. And I get it.
Love that.
But no, you can do all of it. That should have been at least top 5.
Yeah, that should have been within those first 17 executive orders he signed on his first day.
Exactly.
He went from the inauguration, punched his time clock, and started signing executive orders.
Yeah.
And one of the first ones should have been the rest of that.
Because honestly, the Tubmans can wait. If that's the problem, if that's the real problem. That y'all holding up the Federal Reserve by I don't even know if they're the ones that create the money.
Whoever the
fuck the mint. Right, it is the mint. But no, people need money.
Okay? Yeah, we need it ASAP.
The pandemic's not over. People are dying still.
Yes, the vaccine is here, but it's not even accessible to everybody because of 45. So
yeah,
I just want to know, where is it? Come on, Joseph.
The inauguration, somebody said on Twitter, it was pretty fancy for motherfuckers that owe us $1,400. Okay?
The internet is a fucking shithole place full of people that I love.
It really is. The internet is a god-awful, It's
a cesspool.
It is. It's the good, bad, the ugly, and this treacherous place.
And
that's why we were really trying to put that what's the term?
What, the censor?
The free internet thing. They're trying to treat internet like how they treat cable packages. it was this whole term. It was
this was like a couple years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why.
You know, the internet. Before another ADD moment before we get into the topic. One thing that people need to understand, and we might have actually covered this in previous episodes, but I don't think we did. The one thing that people need to realize, especially about social media, is that the First Amendment doesn't protect social media. As much as you think it should or would or does, it does not. The First Amendment was created long before social media existed, and it only covers public speech. So like speeches and like things you say in newspapers, all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. Social media is privately owned. So they can do whatever the fuck they want to as far as kicking y'all's former president, off of all social media platforms and removing Parler. All of that shit is privately owned. So nobody is silencing you. Mm-hmm. Nobody is going against your First Amendment rights. They are simply removing negativity from the internet. Just a little history fact for you, in case you didn't know about it. What is that? Oh.
What's happening?
My wrist buzzed and I was like, who is this? I feel cute with my smartwatch.
Your smartwatch?
It was only $30, girl. Amazon.
Hey!
Work. It's off brand and it might have came from China, but it worked.
Hey.
So yeah. Now to like dive into this episode a little bit. Basically, Black History Month is around the corner. We got a lot of awesome Black History content coming for y'all. A queen was born in Black History Month.
Hey,
my co-host. So we just wanted to kind of celebrate Black people, but also before we get into Black History Month, give some little factoids about things that you may not have known about Black history, specifically slavery, in this particular part of the episode. So yeah, let's dive in. I didn't take notes as accurately as I should have, so here we go.
I don't even know what the notes are, to be honest.
It literally is just a list of things and like a couple links. So we just gonna go.
Okay, cool.
So one of the first things that a lot of people don't know is that Francis Scott Key was a raging racist.
Yeah.
Who profited greatly from slavery. And also, I found online here that the third verse of the National Anthem, let me go back to that part in the article. The third verse of the National Anthem celebrates, actually, the murder of slaves. It says, no refugee could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. Mm-hmm. Let that sink in. Because this man literally wrote a song about a country that he loved. Okay, I'm confused again. Hold on. The National Anthem is... How it go? I always... Listen. This is how much of a patriot I am not. I always get America the Beautiful and the National Anthem mixed up. I have my entire life. I have been on this earth for 28 years, and I always am like, my country, 'tis of thee, right?
No, it's
the other one. Yeah, it's the other one. But how does it start?
I'm gonna pull it up on YouTube. You're not gonna make me sing it on the damn podcast, okay?
But like, I don't know why I keep thinking our country, 'tis of thee.
No,
my
not at all.
'Tis of thee, sweet land of thee. That was fucked up too.
We're gonna play Whitney Houston's version. You don't have to own the rights to this. Don't sue us.
It's the National Anthem. It's public. Public domain.
Okay.
It's 300. Anything over 300 years old is public domain, which is why people can produce Shakespeare plays without any need to pay rights or anything for it. Okay, National Anthem, y'all.
I'm so sick of you.
Right.
And now to honor America, especially the brave men and women serving our nation in the Persian Gulf and throughout the world, please join in the singing of our national anthem. The anthem will be followed by a flyover of F-16 jets from the 56th Tactical Training Wing at MacDill Air Force Base.
Okay.
And will be performed by the Florida Orchestra.
Jesus Christ. Sing with me.
Oh, say, can you see?
Yes.
There we go.
I swear, every episode that we recorded, my cats do some stupid ass shit. So in the middle of playing the national anthem, because Darius thought it was my country Tiffany, my cat knocks down my goddamn drapes and just takes off running.
He was like, oh shit.
Like he ran, but it was like in slow motion.
It's like he had two options on which way to go. And he was like, okay, if I go this way.
Right.
Oh my God.
That's fucking hilarious.
So that's the national anthem. Featuring, who was that? Azul that knocked him down.
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
He on the thing.
He was like, let me put myself in timeout because what was I talking about? Okay, yeah. So Francis Scott Key basically, per this article that I'm reading from ACLU.org, saw the colonial Marines, which is like black slaves who were fighting on behalf of the British. They were driving back American soldiers in Washington, D.C., and then he basically wrote the national anthem. And he said, blacks were a distinct and inferior race of people, which experience proves to be the greatest evil that afflicts the community. Now, this is something we sing at every national sporting event, inauguration.
Yeah, the nerve to have black people be singing it.
You know, and then you get mad when we don't stand for it. Like, this man literally thinks that black people are inferior.
Yeah.
Are you, why would we, why, ew. So, you know, this horribly racist man, Francis Scott Key, full disrespect, wrote the national anthem, said that black people were inferior. We sing it at sporting events. And that kind of like brings me back to another point that somebody made. I forget what I was watching, but basically they were like, football and like other sports are kind of another form of slavery because, or not of slavery, but like ownership in a way, because you got all these, you know, the most hyper masculine of black men. And it's not just black men, but like at a certain point, it was mostly black men playing football, wrestling against each other. And that was a thing very prevalent during slavery that,
Man, they don't fighters.
yeah, they would make the strongest of the two slaves fight each other. I believe we covered that in the last episode. We might have talked about it. If not the last episode, a couple episodes ago, we mentioned that. And it like, maybe that's the reason why I get kind of uncomfortable watching football, because I think about that all the time. I'm like, look at these slaves out here.
Oh my God.
fucking slamming against each other. And then I get a little hot and bothered because it's kind of hot.
But yeah, the concept of, I've read that somewhere. Somebody kind of compared it to the concept of being traded. And a lot of them don't have control over where they're traded to.
Yeah.
For the most part. Yeah.
This article says, and this is again the ACLU article about reparations. It says reparations for slavery have already been paid, and then it goes on to say how slave owners were paid up to $300 for each freed slave. That's something I didn't know. Shisha had heard that before. This is something that I personally did not know. I don't know if anybody out there knew, but that doesn't sound like reparations to me.
It was reparations paid to the slave owners for the loss of property.
Property, girl.
Property.
Another human being can be property.
Yeah.
I just that will always be something that of course, I have never lived through slavery. Slavery is still very prominent in African countries and all countries across the fucking earth. In the whole entire world, there's still slavery. But it just is insane to me that a group of people fully went to Africa, stole some black people, bought some black people, and brought them to America as inferior human beings. As not even human beings, really. And consider them property. I will never get that concept.
Yes. I don't know who started it. Thinking that African people were inferior, which, like you said earlier, you know, the biggest library at one point was in Timbuktu, the biggest education system in Africa. The Moors taught the Europeans how to wash their ass and how to stop eating each other. It's just, I don't understand where the hell they got that from. They really use religion to push that home, and a lot of people actually believe that about themselves, which is very sad.
I would like to know, for the people who use religion as a way to justify racism, bigotry, homophobia. In this particular episode, we'll leave the homophobia to the wayside for now, but mostly racism and bigotry. I want to know where in the Bible there were white people. Asking for myself, because if I remember correctly, the Bible took place in the Middle East. And they brown. Mm-hmm. Some of them are fairer skinned. True, they still brown.
Still brown.
So where was the pink meat in the Bible?
Where was the pink meat? Where does it actually say that people from Africa are inferior in the Bible?
Yeah, I would like to know.
Where does it say that whites are superior in the Bible?
I also would like to know where it says that making other people slaves is right in the Bible, because isn't there a whole chapter of the Bible, a whole book of the Bible that's literally about the freeing of slaves?
Exodus.
And how God wrought, what is the fucking word that I'm looking for? Basically rained hellfire down on people, like plagues, and basically the end of days in the middle of a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
A pandemic, if you will, where he came down and smited thee because you enslaved people. So
let my people go, is what Moses said.
Yeah, I'm real confused. I really didn't even think about this until just now in this moment. Where in the Bible does it really truly say that slavery is okay? Mm-hmm. Where? Maybe in your King James version, because King James was total racist too.
And he was gay.
A raging homosexual. Mm-hmm. Raging homosexual. Most people back then were, and that's what's crazy to me, is that like all of them was sucking dick. Every single one of them was sucking dick. And they got the audacity to be like, sucking dick is bad. Well, they never said sucking dick was bad. They said getting fucked up the butt was bad. Sodomy was bad. But the true translation of the Bible translates to pedophiles and not men having sex with adult men having sex with children, young boys. So,
yeah,
still trying to find the correctness in your terms.
I think we talked about this in a previous episode, that the Spartans actually encouraged their soldiers to get some booty meat. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes when they first got married, to help them transition, because they were so used to getting booty meat. I'm so silly.
Girl, say that booty meat.
Their wives would shave their head, so they'll be comfortable with, being Gucci meat. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just in a really silly mood today.
So yeah, it just the whole argument of the Bible, of God's will, of Listen, y'all, there is no way the great creator, whatever creator you believed in, said it was okay for you to enslave people. And not just enslave them, but torture them, beat them, cut their limbs off, cut their tongues out, sell them away from their family. Like, I want to know what Bible you read.
Still their teeth. Like, really still their teeth.
Actually still their teeth.
And I just want to know if y'all, there's still people out here that believe that. If a lot of the things that made our everyday, day-to-day life easier were invented by Black people. So if we're that inferior, then how do we have the capability of doing that? How do we have the capability of just exceeding, not even just physically in sports, but basically anything we lay our hands on? Because if we were an inferior race of humans, we wouldn't be able to achieve greatness. So.
How, Sway?
Yeah.
How are Black people inferior if you use them for your experiments because they have higher pain tolerance?
Yeah.
That sounds like superiority to me, but that's not what this is about. This is about respecting equality, because all men were created equal, and that term men is used very loosely. I Googled who started slavery just because I was interested to see what she had to say. During the 16th century, Europe, of course, began to outpace the Arab world in the export traffic with its slave traffic from Africa to the Americas. The Dutch imported slaves from Asia. Wow, I did not know that. Into their colony at the Cape of Good Hope, now Cape Town, in the 17th century. So around the 16th century is when slavery really, really, really began by Europeans, because Europeans were fucked up, man.
I just want to say, just highlight this a little bit. If you are such a superior race, why do you need other people doing shit for you? Why can't you build shit yourself? Why can't you, why? And it's all just a justification for free labor. It's all it is. It's
as of 2018, slavery is still legal and still going on in India, China, Pakistan, North Korea, Nigeria, Indonesia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Russia, and the Philippines.
What?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Those are the countries. Those are just the countries with the most slaves. So, just imagine what the rest of the world is looking like. Does slavery still exist in America? Yes, it does.
This is a different form of it.
Yep.
It's called systemic racism.
Yep.
Yeah.
Contemporary slavery. But kind of to push away, yes, quote, reparations were paid to slave owners for loss of property. However, I would like to still receive that up to $300 into my bank account now. Please and thank you. Because you can pretty much guarantee that all Black people are children of slaves, ancestor or descendant from slaves, whether they be Black slaves or Native slaves or whoever.
Somewhere along the line, even if you weren't a direct descendant, some relative was enslaved at one point.
Yep, it's in there. So I'm gonna need those coins ASAP. Thank you. Let's move on to another little topic. So each state, we all know we fought a war for slavery, the Civil War. Let's just break that down for a minute. The fact that we had to, as a country, fight one of the most deadly wars in history about slavery, about keeping people as property. How? Okay. So each state that rescinded from the I almost said from the reunion. Can you imagine the American reunion, like in the 1800s on TV? It's like a bunch of white dudes who are like an Andy Cohen. A raging homosexual interviewing all of these fucking bigots from the 1800s and Abraham Lincoln. Like, what? That would be fucking hilarious.
Or Andrew Cuomo.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Please, Cuomo. Please.
Oh, yes.
I need that. You know what? We might have to get together with some of our Caucasian friends and do a Zoom reenactment of what that would be.
Yeah.
Do we have any friends from Texas? We'll figure it out. So here's just a little quote from several of the states who decided that the union was fucked up for not wanting to have slavery be a thing anymore. Texas, to me, in my personal opinion, is the most fucked up because, of course, they reference the Almighty Creator. Texas said, all white men are and of right ought to be entitled to equal civil and political rights, that the servitude of the African race as existing in the states is mutually beneficial to both bond and freed, and is abundantly authorized and justified by the experience of mankind and the revealed will of the Almighty Creator. Whomst told you that this was right? I just don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. I will never understand what Almighty Creator told you this, or how it was mutually beneficial between bond and free. The only person getting any benefits from slavery is your white ass.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
just keep being rich. Keep being rich and sitting on your ass just collecting money.
Yeah, birthing your babies.
Yeah.
And taking care of your babies. And raising your little white supremacist slave babies.
But you know what really blows my mind is that, you know, they had wet nurses back then.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes the baby would, you know, nurse off of a slave.
Mm-hmm.
So how dare you fucking suck my titty milk, okay? And turn around to be racist towards me. How dare you? I can basically like help you continue to live, bitch, because I couldn't let you starve. Ho.
But you know, don't women have to be pregnant to produce?
Yeah, but it's just you're constantly, you know, they're constantly having babies, and I'm pretty sure they have some kind of fucked up method to keep them engorged. Milk, you know.
That's fucked. That's something we're gonna have to look into because, boy, can you imagine if some like a slave was just like, no, I'm not feeding your fucking child just for it to like grow up and want to cut my tongue out or fucking hate me. I literally fed you. I literally kept you alive.
Literally. Change your dirty ass diaper.
Your mama had no time to be bothered with you.
Even in the 60s and the 50s and, you know, going forward, when people had made, you know, turned into, you know, people being made and things.
Mm-hmm.
Still the same concept. Wet nurses, taking care of people's kids, and all of that. And it's just, it blows my mind how you can literally grow up to hate the person that actually took the time out to, because the parents were busy. The parents were busy socializing, doing work, doing other shit, and not really parenting. And you just have the nerve to turn around and be racist.
And it also kind of, I think about often the ones who in turn didn't develop that hatred towards the, you know, black woman that raised them. Like, how, not to sympathize or empathize because fuck that, but like, how fucking crazy is it that you have to hate this person that raised you? That's fucked.
Just for the whole sake of feeling better than. It's really what it really boils down to. It's that illusion of I need to feel better than the next person. Yeah, that's really all it is. So Mississippi said, our position is thoroughly identified with the institution of slavery, the greatest material interest of the world. A blow at slavery is a blow at commerce and civilization. Now,
I will say that since slavery has ended, I think we're doing better.
Yeah, slavery was really the interruption of Black history.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate happening, obviously, but it's it's people always say, oh, it's a part of our history. Yeah, it really is, but it really was an interruption as well.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't understand that, just really sit down and just think, okay?
Use your brain. Also, there's a wonderful website called Google.
Google that shit. But yeah, it's oh man, it's so many layers to this shit. Just from the past to the present, and then just how the manipulation of history books put in these photos in black and white to make us think that it happened so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
When, like I was saying in the past episode, I'm literally 22 years removed from the assassination of Martin Luther King. Like, I was born in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
He was assassinated in 1968. So it's just, it's not, and people that were born in 68 and in the time of the civil rights movement are still alive today. So
yep.
They're not ancient. They're regular old people.
Yeah. They're your grandparents.
They're your grandparents. They're your aunts, your uncles.
Your fucking siblings, probably. Like, they're not that far removed. Mm-hmm. They're not removed, actually. They're of that time.
Yeah.
Mississippi, Louisiana said the people of the slaveholding states are bound together by the same necessity and determination to preserve African slavery. Okay. Florida Sessionist said the South, and with our people, of course, slavery is the element of all value, and the destruction of that destroys all that is property. Now, this to me sounds like the most valuable thing in America in the 1800s was a black person. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
These people valued more than their land, more than their tangible and intangible money, a black person.
A black person was a hot commodity.
A high commodity. You could get thousands, because in that time, that was a lot of money. Thousands of dollars for one black person.
Yeah.
I think that makes me feel pretty damn good, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, not as the slave part of it, but the fact that black people are the most beneficial thing. Like, it just...
And it kind of rings true, like, when you think about society now, you gotta think about popular culture, and black culture is at the forefront of that. Everybody wants to, as the saying says, and I'm gonna be very blunt, everybody wants to be a nigga, but nobody wants to be a nigga.
Yep.
I think Paul Mooney said that. But it's true. Everybody wants to dress to the black sense. They
want to speak that African American vernacular.
Yeah, they want to walk the walk. They want to talk the talk, but they don't want to walk the walk. They disassociate it when they experience the realness of being black.
Mm-hmm.
And rap culture. Rap has turned into this $1 billion industry that make people money off of black bodies. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, literally.
The NBA is predominantly, black.
Mm-hmm. Black
bodies. The NFL, black. And I'm not saying that all sports. I mean, there's some sports that we really don't participate in. But for the most part, it's carried on. It's shaped. It's evolved, but it still rings true.
Yeah, the importance of the black person is and will forever be ingrained into America, because we are pop culture. Mm-hmm. We are like music. Yeah. All of your music, and we've talked about this in previous episodes, all of your music is from black people. Country rock, reggae, fucking death metal, all that shit is derived from black music.
Yeah.
Your dance culture, all of that is derived from black dances. Your fucking fashion sense, all of that is derived from black culture. Girl, black people are at the forefront of everything always.
Yeah.
Everything always.
That's why they hate us. They hate us because they ain't us. Okay.
Okay. The true, real innovators are black women, just saying.
Yes. What they say, white girls copy gay men who copy black women. That's the saying.
Yeah.
That's the saying.
Georgia, which is the last one on my little list here, said, for the last 10 years, we have had numerous and serious causes of complaint against our non-slave holding Confederate states with reference to the subject of African slavery. They have endeavored to weaken our security, to disturb our domestic peace and tranquility, and persistently refuse to comply with their express constitutional obligations to use to us in reference to that property. Now, I think the thing that's bothering me the most is the word property.
Yeah.
It just really fucking...
You know what also kind of frustrates me, and it's closely related to the whole continuance of referring to black people, during that time as property, is whenever I see a news article or especially from a major publication like New York Times, CNN, and they're referring to someone's race, they'll put Asian American and they'll capitalize the A. When they talk about black, it's always a lowercase b.
Mm-hmm.
I've seldomly seen where the B is capitalized. We talked about this in the past episode. To me, it's a microaggression.
Yes, definitely a microaggression.
Capitalize that motherfucking B when you're referring to somebody of African descent.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Because unless you're gonna call me African American, if you call me Black American, put some respect on that B.
Yeah.
That's it. Like,
it's just a lot of things that they try to erase from the history books, and I can imagine just from the things that have surfaced recently in regards to what happened in slavery, it was way more traumatic than we can even imagine.
Oh yeah.
And just whoever's in power controls what's put in the history books, and I don't even know where to go from there. It's just like
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You good?
There's so much to unpack with slavery that truly we couldn't fit it even in a full if we were releasing episodes for Black History Month every single day of Black History Month. Mm-hmm. There's no way we could fit all of slavery into 28 episodes.
And that's another thing. Why was February chosen as Black History Month?
Because it's the shortest month.
It's the shortest fucking month of the year. To me, that's a slap in the face as well.
It started off as a week.
Really?
Yeah, Black History Week.
I'm going to dive into that and do some research. Mm-hmm. See what was the reason why they chose February and the evolution of creating it into a month. What was the reason? America, explain!
What do you mean, Black History Month? And to all the white people who hear Black History Month and want to know where White History Month is, just look at the other 11 months of the year.
I mean...
Pick one.
I mean...
Even Black History Month is surrounded by white people.
I mean... But seriously.
But like genuinely, like white people control what we learn about. Just sit back, really. This is directly to white people. Think about all of the black innovators you learned about in school. Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, George Washington Carver. Who am I missing? I know I'm missing somebody. Don't nobody teach you about Malcolm X in school.
They really don't. You're right.
I didn't learn about Malcolm X in school.
Right.
I learned about Malcolm X because I was curious
Yep.
But Malcolm X can be on that list because he's a more prominent public figure in Black history. Like, that's 5 people. On one hand, I can count the amount of people that schools teach about. Rosa Parks.
Yeah.
I almost forgot Rosa Parks. Can't forget Sister Rosa. That's not even 2 a week. There's 4 weeks in a month.
Yeah.
Like, there's 28 whole days. If we just limit teaching Black history to 28 days, there are 28 days in February, and that is 28 opportunities to teach about something that is not taught every single year in school.
Because of Black history, in regards to people that were born in America, is Black history.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's American history, period. It should be taught that way. It shouldn't be an elective. Just like, what happened to Asian Americans, their history in America shouldn't be an elective. Latino culture in America shouldn't be an elective. You call America the melting pot, but in our reality, what a melting pot does is take away the elements of everything else and makes it one thing. We're more like a Cobb salad, okay, ho? Yeah. That's my new thing, ho. With your whole ass. We're more like a Cobb salad. Different elements that make the entree delicious, okay?
Yeah.
So it really has to reflect that, and I'm so tired of America trying to police other countries on their race and ethnicity relations when we still have all our issues.
Yeah, and that's really an important thing that you bring up, that like cultural studies shouldn't be an elective.
No.
Like, and that's the thing about America. They lead you, the government, the school, like everything leads you so blindly to just think that that's the way it should be. That you don't even think about the fact that our history is an elective, but we can learn about the Confederacy. We can learn about fucking the Emancipation Proclamation, which was really bullshit, to be completely honest. We can learn about, all this other shit, but we don't even learn about the Trail of Tears.
No, barely.
Like, they mention it, they're like, and Andrew Jackson did some fucked up shit to Native Americans, and let's go. Like,
yeah, and sing.
That's it. That's all you get to know. Yeah. Don't Google that. I wasn't even really supposed to say his name, but we America's fucked, man.
To be woke and be Black in America, they're not even just Black. To be woke, and to be woke means to understand that policies and procedures were put in place to basically brainwash us. It's infuriating. And no wonder people go fucking crazy. Because it's just like, really? Like, y'all lied to us this whole time? Like, really, you think about, it's kind of off topic a little bit, but it's just it's in reference of hurting people, like cattle. That really, school teaches us how to be an employee. How to be a good, loyal employee. It really doesn't teach us how to live life outside of being an employee. Not entrepreneurship, not stocks, not filing your taxes. None of the important shit. They just teach us how to be these
sheep.
Mindless sheep. And it's
a machine.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And they really try to make you break out of it, and it's kind of they kind of segue a little bit into what's happening in America right now, the stock market.
Yeah.
So people make it seem like the stock market is really this huge, complicated thing, and in all reality, all it is gambling.
Yeah.
Moving stuff. Oh, this company is doing good, or this company is on the up and up, so let me move my money here. And people with Reddit.
Thank God for Reddit, honestly.
Yes.
Reddit it can be a shithole too, but it has some really great shit there. So
you literally shut down the Reddit thread that were encouraging people to buy certain stocks that actually raised the value of a whole bunch of companies in certain industries that were suffering during the pandemic. literally eliminated that before you eliminated the Reddit thread of the people that were planning the insurgency that happened on January 6th.
What the fuck?
You literally are shutting down the capability of buying these stocks because people that are not experienced stockbrokers are actually making money. Is there somebody point me to the law that says that this is what they're doing is illegal?
You know, I feel like I've heard and seen online poor people, and this is the thing that makes me so mad about poor people. The poor person mentality of not everybody is meant to be wealthy. Mm-hmm. First of all, I am a poor people. Listen, I might not have $0 in my bank account, but just next, like, you know, I'm not wealthy by any means. I have nice things because I budget and I get them on sale, girl. But there's this mentality within like the lower middle class community, whatever you want to call, of unachievable wealth. And that's because we are never taught that wealth is achievable.
Yeah, literally they put, I'm sorry to cut you.
No, you're fine.
They literally give rich people incentives. And when I say that, you think about, especially the rise of influencers, social media influencers. Mm-hmm. Literally, we give these people these products for free to spread word about the product. But really, you're always in competition with people who have more money or people who have these free incentives, and you're literally not wasting your money. Buy what you want, spend your money the way you want to, but it's all a game. It's all a game that, I have to get the latest, greatest thing. Mm-hmm. I have to spend my money to get the latest, greatest thing. And honestly, certain markets are really not geared towards the working poor. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it what it is, the working poor.
Yes.
And it's a movie, actually. I think I was talking to my girlfriend about this. With, I think Catherine Zeta-Jones was in there. Maybe Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Whenever you say Catherine Zeta-Jones, I automatically think about Chicago, so.
Yeah. I think it was her, maybe it was Demi Moore. But it's called Keeping Up with the Joneses.
Yeah, that is Catherine Zeta-Jones.
It is? Okay. So basically the concept of the movie is they put together this fictional family and they implant them into this neighborhood. They have the latest cars, the latest clothes, the latest gadgets. And you know, the thing is, when you have a new neighbor and you're a neighborly type person, I don't know if it still happens these days. You know, you want to show your shit off to your neighbors. Like, you'll invite people over and be like, oh, look at my shit.
Right.
Look at all my shit.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
Yeah. So the neighbor guy, you know, his wife is complaining, I don't have all the latest, greatest shit that his wife has. Why don't
I've seen this movie. Yes.
Yeah. And all in all, he like literally goes broke trying to keep up with the Joneses. Mm-hmm. He literally goes broke, and I think he ends up killing himself, maybe?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry,
usually
spoiler alert, but yeah.
That's usually how that ends.
Yeah. Because they can't handle it. Anyway, another story.
They usually kill themselves and the whole family. And I'm like, girl, the family could have made it.
Right.
Why do you have to kill
them?
What
really got to do with you fucking up?
Okay, you fucked up. You could have even made a comeback. Come on now. Now look at you. Dead. No shade to people who commit suicide. That's real sensitive topic for me. Right. But don't kill your whole family.
No.
That's just dumb.
Yeah.
That's like that movie The Mist where he killed all the people in the car. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen The Mist. Killed all the people in the car and then help came. That's how I feel about stuff like that when I see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's that whole, everybody feels like they gotta have the latest new thing. And there's also that whole mentality of you gotta spend money to make money, which is true in this economy.
But the thing is like you do have to spend money to make money, but what people don't realize is that people will raise money in order to spend money to make money.
Yes.
That's the part they leave out.
That's the thing. Like you don't have to spend your money, and like as long as you have a good cause and you're being, you know, it's very easy to dupe people on the internet, and that is not me advocating for you to dupe people on the internet. What I'm saying is be conscious of where you put your money. If there's a GoFundMe for this person who is raising money for a new camera for their YouTube, sure, why not? But just be cognizant of, you know, who you're supporting. Google the person. I Google everybody.
Yeah.
Before I donate, I'm like, who is this person? What am I doing? What? But like, I film all my YouTube videos on my phone, girl.
Yeah.
The quality is A1.
New phone it is.
I did get a new phone. I did. I haven't filmed any videos on this one yet, but I did get a new phone because I wanted it.
Yeah.
And I got it for what? A discount. I got it for like more, like 75% off. Yeah. Would I have gotten it if I couldn't get it 75% off? No, you would have seen me walking around with the same phone I had for almost a year.
I still have and the only reason why I upgraded to the iPhone 10 is because my iPhone 7 no longer worked, and I wasn't getting ready to pay at least the same amount on my phone for a new iPhone 7 when I could have got the new one for, you know, same leasing price. But I still have it. Do I want to upgrade? No, I have no use. That's just me. That's just how I am. Certain things is just, if it works, it works. Mm-hmm. If it's not broke, don't break it. Like, don't fix it. There's no need to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And just to, what were we talking about before we went there? I forgot.
How America's so fucked up.
Oh boy. Shit. Hold on. Let me look at my article here. What did I miss? Are these all the topics I wanted to cover in this particular moment? Basically, the long and short of this episode is that America was built on white supremacy. The police is actually the KKK.
George Bush only likes Michelle Obama.
George Bush is in love with Michelle Obama, y'all. Like, I don't know if you noticed at every single event where all of the former presidents are, the first person George Bush tries to find is Michelle Obama.
I just hope they make it a thing that they don't invite Trump ever.
Well, he clearly has shown that he's not going to come anyway.
I just hope they make it a thing. Like, oh, you didn't come to inauguration, you're literally not invited.
You're banned. You're banned from the governor's ball. You're banned from... Is that a thing?
Probably. I don't know.
I saw this thing on the internet the other day of Obama basically roasting the fuck out of Donald Trump. It was incredible.
He just the shit out of him.
It's incredible. We miss you, Barack.
With his fine ass.
Listen, I ain't never seen two pretty best friends. And then I saw Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, and I realized that they was a couple. And I was like, damn. Nah, for real though. How y'all doing?
I am bisexually pleased when I look at that.
Honestly, bisexual tears. Yes. Every single time.
Oh, also, a thing that kind of makes me upset. $15 an hour by 2025.
By 2025?
By 2025. By the time that we get to 2025, that's not even going to be a livable wage.
It's going to be a whole new president by 2025. Different?
Because how old Biden going to be?
Shit, 80 something? He already 78, right? I did not realize Joe Biden was as old as he is. Oh, he looks good for his age.
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
But also, he's 78. Like, come on now.
Also, shout out to Bernie Sanders for capitalizing on his meme. He raised $1.8 million for Wheels on Wheels for Virginia, Maryland area, DMV area, I believe. Mm-hmm. But yeah, shout out to him. I'm not tired of those memes. Keep them coming.
Yeah, keep the Bernie memes coming. We stand Bernie in this house.
Yes.
Like, I wish he wasn't so old and he would run for president one more time.
We had two chances.
2 chances and y'all fumbled the play. Is that a
maybe
thing?
more. Yeah, fumbled the ball. Fumbled the play.
Y'all fumbled the play. Damn, y'all gooped and gagged me.
No, really did. Yeah, it's that's stupid. But let's talk about what do you have any new obsessions? That's my new thing. I always ask people what they're newly obsessed with.
You know, honestly, I love that. I'm obsessed. I have talked about candles on every single episode, I think, of this season. I'm obsessed with candles. I've always been obsessed with candles, though. It has always been a thing constantly throughout my life. If you know of any candle brands that are Black-owned, I've already mentioned several in past episodes, but send me all the Black-owned candle brands. I want to support. I love candles.
Send us the Black-owned businesses, like, period. Even if you don't own one and you frequent one, you're a patron of one.
Yes.
Send us the information. We want to
spread the word.
Yes.
But newly obsessed with. I don't know. I don't think there's anything I'm newly obsessed with.
I have been obsessed with, even though I'm not on TikTok, but TikTok videos seem to make their way to different social media platforms. I'm obsessed with the My First Day as a Hitman videos.
Oh my God, those are incredible.
And I'm newly obsessed with the Silhouette Challenge. And let me tell you something. All you fucking creeps out there ruin literally every fucking thing. And somebody created a software where they can remove the filter, the silhouette filter. A lot of women were naked during the Silhouette Challenge, and I don't think that should matter, because they were doing a silhouette challenge. You were only supposed to see their silhouette. You weren't supposed to see them in a nude. And the people that are taking these videos and running the software and storing these videos, that's
trash.
You were trash as human beings. And you're literally taking something that was fun, something that was supposed to be sensual, and it's not for men. The thing is, women's sexuality half the time has nothing to do with fucking men. Women just want to feel sexy for themselves, and you're taking this this challenge that's supposed to be, PG-13, and you're turning it into something very, very
NC-17.
Nasty. It's disgusting behavior. There's many porn sites. If you want to see somebody naked, fucking go on Pornhub, fucking go on XN and XX. I mean, I'm just like really revealing how many porn sites I know, but
X videos, X Hampton. If it got an X in front of it, it's probably porn.
Yes.
Also, Twitter. Just log on to Twitter, girl, at any time. Look, I'm gonna pull up my Twitter right now. Let's see.
I mean, Tumblr before Yahoo ruined it.
I miss porn Tumblr.
Yeah,
I really truly do miss porn Tumblr.
Go on FetLife if you want to see somebody naked. If somebody is not showing you videos of them being fully nude, you have no right to create a software that shows their nakedness. They're not presenting themselves to you naked. They're not allowing you to see themselves naked in the full nude. It's a silhouette. Yeah,
the whole point of it is the sensuality, like you said. The no porn, of course. The one time I opened my phone, there's no porn. But no, it wasn't supposed to be about the nudity. And also, can we dead this idea that nudity is inherently sexual?
Yeah.
You can be nude, you can be completely naked, taking photos, whatever, doing whatever you want to do, walking around your goddamn house. It's not for other people.
Yeah.
I personally love being naked. If I could walk around this earth naked with all of my dips and crevices, you better believe I would.
That don't mean come up and tug on your penis. It don't mean come up and suck a nipple because I'm naked.
Right. It means I am comfortable, confident, and feeling my best in my naked body.
That's the thing. People view sex workers, or just not even the people that are doing that are all sex workers. They view women's sexuality as something that is only for men's consumption.
Yep.
And I'm not for men's consumption. Even though I'm a bisexual woman, it's just like the things I do is not for male consumption.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not for you. It's not for you.
And it's always been weird to me how, and we went totally off topic, but it's always been weird to me how lesbian porn or girl on porn is so erotic and sexy to men.
Don't get me started.
I don't understand that. It has nothing to do with you.
It's the homosexuality for me.
Stop trying to insert yourself in situations that have nothing to do with you.
It's the toxic masculinity for me. I would ask my straight friends this all the time because they talk about how much they love watching girl-on-girl porn, how much they don't want to watch porn with a penis in it because I'm not gay. Okay, first of all, nobody said you were gay.
Exactly.
Because there's a penis in your porn, okay?
Exactly.
But also, you can't, you don't have to, nobody's asking you to watch gay porn. Nobody is asking you to watch two men fuck each other up the butt. Cowboy butt sex.
Butt meat.
But nobody is asking you to watch two women bump coochies either. And honestly, that coochies ain't bumping for you. So.
It has nothing to do with you.
It's just really the double standard, of the sexual sin. But I know a lot of women who watch gay porn.
Really?
It's strange. It's very strange.
No.
And not in the way that men watch lesbian porn because men get a fucking boner from seeing women.
I'm not saying that men aren't sexualized, but it's never on the level of predatory, on the level that men.
And that's what I mean. The women that I know that watch gay porn don't watch it because it's oh man, it's just this is kind of hot.
It's oh.
In a weird way. That's how I feel when I watch gay porn. I'm like, this is strange. I like it.
What's the phenomenon when you're watching porn and you climax and you're just like, oh my god, this is so filthy. It has to be a term for that. You're literally all into it until you nut, really.
And then you're like, oh god, I'm covered in my
oh my god, this is disgusting. How could you watch this?
And I wonder if anybody feels that after they have sex. I surely don't. After I have sex, I'm like, ooh, I'm covered in baby grippy. Oh.
Baby grippy, yeah.
Spray those babies in my face, Johnny.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Boyfriend, if you're listening to this, I'll see you tonight.
Oh.
Well, I won't see him tonight, actually, but I saw him last night, if you know what I mean.
Hey.
That's funny.
It's fun.
That's so fucking funny. Anything else you're obsessed with recently, Sheesh?
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a whole list once we're done recording. No, I'll probably make a post of my recent obsessions. But no, other than that, those are the two ones that I'm really obsessed with currently.
What are you guys obsessed with?
Yeah, tell us. Talk to us on Twitter. We are Urban Proper Pod, POD.
Or on Instagram and Facebook, Urban Proper Podcast.
Yes. Tell us about your favorite black business that you patron. Tell us about your new obsession. We're going to bring back Once or Hellas. Pretty soon. We're going to do it more so on a social media platform to kind of get you guys to engage with us more. All of our 12 followers, we love you.
We love you so much. We love you so much.
It's more than that. I'm just being silly. But yeah, we want to engage with you more on social media. I'm tired of talking to myself on Twitter. Y'all know I'm funny. Come on now. That's why y'all listen every week.
Yeah, you look forward to Urban Proper every weekend.
I really when we're recording. Most of the time, I'm looking at the mic because of looking. Hope y'all feel me piercing through your soul,
staring at you,
wanting you to love us
sensually,
like we love you.
Oh my god! So the word sensual always reminds me of Drag Race. It's Queen Jujubee. This is All Stars 5. Anybody that watches Drag Race, you know the moment I'm about to mention. They do this challenge called Snatch Game, and on All Stars it's Snatch Game with Love. And so Snatch Game is. Do you remember the match game?
Mm-mm.
So basically, they ask a bunch of questions, and the queens dress up or characterize iconic people. At this point, Jujubee is doing Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt.
It was an incredible Eartha Kitt.
Really?
Yes. She Rue asked the question, or the match asked the question, if I'm cold, what would you do to keep me warm? She goes, She goes, I would sensually walk to the thermostat and turn it up to a sensible 74.
Every time I think of Eartha Kitt, I think about when she played Yzma on and I think about when she was Madame Eloise on Boomerang. Marcus,
darling,
I don't have Eartha Kitt, like, past that was a phenomenal woman. She was really like, what does my existence, what does males have to do with my existence, me being happy? Like, they're not the center of my universe.
Yeah, that's the moment I think of every time I see that. And her song C'est Bon, which is entirely in French. I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but I listen to it all the time.
C'est Bon.
Yes, I love that song.
It's good. Something good.
Very, very
This
good.
is good. C'est Bon. Yeah. I think it loosely translates into "This is good." It is good.
That's very, very on brand for Eartha Kitt.
Yeah.
Also, the original version of Santa Baby.
Yeah.
Eartha Kitt, we love you. Rest well, honey. Yeah. I was about to say something I completely forgot.
Oh goodness, I hate it.
Oh, what is your favorite black movie?
Yeah.
What movie do you should all black people have seen, or they will have their black card removed?
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback off that, if you don't have a specific favorite, what is your favorite one-liners? Yeah.
I would have to say Boomerang is definitely high up there on ones.
You gotta coordinate. You got the mushroom belt.
Oh my god, not the mushroom belt. Not the mushroom belt with the mushroom lining.
R.I.P. Or every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen. Or there's a lot of one-liners from Friday. Yeah, I never got two things to match. Ham, no burger.
Peanut butter, no jelly.
What do they say? Kool-Aid, no sugar.
When you leave, when you come around, I be quiet.
Oh, I got mind control over Debo.
Yep. When you leave, I be talking again. My favorite one-liner from Boomerang is fucking I always get them mixed up. Tisha
Campbell.
Tisha Campbell, yes. She goes, well, Marcus, you sneaky, sleazy, slime, and slithering son of a bitch. I say that to my mother all the time. We quote that to each other all the time.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Or Red Fox and oh my god, her name is escapes me right now. Della Reese.
Oh my god, yes.
Their interaction during Harlem Nights.
Oh my god, that movie is so good.
Oh my god. My mouth already full of ass.
Oh
ain't
my
nothing but
god.
swallow in here. You ain't just finish this. I go on. We can do a whole damn episode of one-liners.
Listen, one of our Black History Month episodes is gonna have to be Black cinema.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all. But like I said, don't forget to interact and follow us on our social media platforms.
Yes, we are once again.
We are Urban Proper Pod on Twitter.
And at Urban Proper Podcast on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube.
And YouTube.
Don't forget the tube of you.
Yeah. And until next time, y'all.
Bye.
Stay diligent, stay woke.
Stay woke.
Yes. Check your friends for their white privilege and their racist fucking comments. Check your daddy. Check your aunties, your uncles, your grandmas, your great grandmas, all of them.
Every single one of it. Check your male friends for their toxic masculinity, and check your family for their homophobia.
Yeah.
And transphobia.
Yeah.
And xenophobia.
Exactly.
And until then.
Until next time, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.